As the Goldilocks heist risks triggering an international incident on Mars, the life of Margot Madison, Ren Schmidt, is placed in serious jeopardy in For All Mankind Season 4, Episode 9. Brazil. The penultimate episode of For All Mankind Season 4 picks up a month after the end of Episode 8. With Samantha Massey, Tyner Rushing, struggling to replace the discriminator aboard Ranger 2. The asteroid heist masterminded by Dev Issa, Edi Gathaji, and Ed Baldwin, Joel Kinnaman, lives or dies on the discriminator being replaced, and they're quickly running out of time. While Massey eventually succeeds in replacing the discriminator, it's only the start of the problems with Dev's asteroid heist in For All Mankind. A risky deal between Miles Dale, Toby Kebbell, Ed, and Lee Young-gil, C.S. Lee, to piggyback on the North Korean security cameras sets in motion a fatal chain of events. The deal with the North Koreans also exposes the plan to steal Goldilocks to NASA and Roscosmos, putting Miles' freedom in serious jeopardy. As For All Mankind Season 4, Episode 9 comes to a shocking conclusion. It sets the stage for a nail-biting climax that could change everything for the M7 nations. When the North Koreans discover that a NASA communications device has been installed in their sector, they raise their concerns about espionage with Danielle Poole, Chris Marshall. After investigating the device's serial number, Danielle discovers the vast amount of communications technology stolen to build the Covert Ops Center in one of Happy Valley's sublevels. While NASA and Roscosmos still don't know which For All Mankind characters are plotting to hijack the Goldilocks capture mission, the North Korean commander embarks on his own investigation. Following Miles on CCTV, he eventually uncovers the Ops Center, before being attacked by fellow North Korean, Lee. As Lee and Commander Cho struggle, the Helios workers come out to check on the commotion. Amidst the struggle, Commander Cho attacks Gerardo, choking the Helios worker until Lee regains his strength and saves the man. Unfortunately, Lee is forced to choke out his commander, leaving him unconscious, or possibly worse, on the floor outside the Covert Ops Center. Given the increased security, it will be nigh on impossible to make Commander Cho disappear, leaving Lee and the Helios workers with a huge dilemma in the For All Mankind Season 4 finale. After their emotional reunion in the last episode, Margot and Sergei Nikulov, Pyotr Adamchik, make tentative plans for their future in For All Mankind Season 4, Episode 9. Sergei promises that they could get jobs working for the Brazilian space program, along with international protection. Tragically, Margot and Sergei's dreams of building Brazil into a formidable space nation will remain just that, after the episode's brutal climax. As Margot and Sergei enjoy hamburgers in their respective hotel rooms, an unknown assailant puts a bullet in the side of Sergei's head, killing him. Sergei's death had likely been ordered by Irina Morozova, Svetlana Afremova, his former KGB handler and new director of Roscosmos. Sergei revealed in For All Mankind Season 4, Episode 8 that it was Irina who had engineered the situation that resulted in Margot's defection to the Soviet Union. It would make sense, therefore, for Irina to block Margot's only means of escape by having Sergei killed. Sergei's death is staged as a suicide, but it's highly unlikely that Margot will believe this, given the plans that they had made together. With her strongest ally now dead, Margot is more isolated than ever ahead of the For All Mankind Season 4 finale. After a month of passing notes between Margot and Sergei, Aleida Rosales, Coral Pina, facilitates an in-person meeting between the two at her home. Discussing the intricacies of the asteroid capture mission over dinner with Aleida's family while a KGB agent waits outside is incredibly risky. Given that Sergei is murdered in the closing moments of For All Mankind Season 4, Episode 9, it doesn't bode well for Aleida and her family in the finale. While Aleida's status as an American citizen should protect her from direct action from the KGB, there could be more insidious reprisals for her facilitating a meeting between America's greatest traitor, Margot Madison, and Soviet defector Sergei Nikulov. The North Koreans aren't the only ones who are harboring suspicions about what's going on in Happy Valley. Kelly Baldwin, Cynthia Wu, is suspicious about how close Ed and Dev have become in the past month and confronts the Helios founder about it. When Dev abruptly leaves a briefing about her potentially successful search for life on Mars, Kelly directly asks him about the change in Dev's relationship with her father. Dev explains that Ed's expertise is invaluable during the asteroid capture mission, despite Ed being removed from the mission by Danielle before Kelly's arrival. Kelly isn't satisfied by this explanation, and later confronts Ed about his working relationship with Dev, leading to revelations about why her father stayed on Mars.